Greetings, sir and sirettes, and welcome to Plague Inc. Evolved with me, Lathcorp. Well, today we're going to be doing things a little bit differently, as this time I wish to produce a guide rather than a simple let's play. So this one may be a little bit more formal than what you're used to, but hopefully it'll help out a lot of people. Lots of people have asked me about the Neurax worm, particularly on Brutal and Ultra Brutal. So I'll show you how I do it, and personally, this I suppose you'd call it a tactic, never really fails. So the main thing, really, with all of this here in the genetic code for this one to work is transstasis. Transmission costs don't increase, but easier to cure. That is needed for the thing I'm about to do. So just a little FYI. Mega Brutal, of course, and we shall be calling ourselves the Kraken. So the Kraken shall be released upon this unsuspecting world. Hello, Saudi Arabia. And hopefully I'll get another thing to note is I've got the bonus, so red bubbles have a chance of giving me more DNA rather than 1 or 2. This will become apparent why later on. So straight away we'll be going into infections. We'll be starting off with the Locomotion Level 1, let's call it. This will allow the worm to survive outside the body and move around on its own, which is great, and we'll be going straight into level 2 straight afterwards. Well, a lot of straights there. So, basically, at this stage, all you really want to do is keep on going into transmissions and do it as soon as possible. As soon as you have the DNA, get it. Get air level 1 and then air level 2. This will cause you to become so infectious so fast in the nearby area, it's insane. So all we need is 11 DNA, I think it is, yep, because transmissions aren't costing us any more. Normally that would cost between 14 and 16, so straight away I've got a big bonus there. Next we'll be going into water. This here, air level 3 is a big thing later on, as it increases the infectivity in rich countries, which means we don't necessarily need drug resistance level 2, which is a good boon. Next, eggs 1 and 2. Not only will this give us a nice boost straight away, it's got a combo just like the Mega Air thing up there, which is special to the Neurax worm. It's a really, really cheap combo, which gives you more infectivity than air level 2. So you want that, plus more water, more boats, more fun. Release the Kraken, as it were. We need to be in the water, it just suits our needs. Okay, so that's good. As you can see, I'm getting a lot of DNA from the red bubbles. And I'm spreading rather quickly, considering it's been only a couple of months. There you go, water level 3. Worms gain the ability to thrive in unsanitized water. That will give me a huge bonus to being for poor countries, boats, and just general infectivity. So, once that's done, now we go into symptoms. Still not abilities, still not resistances. We go neural breach, cerebral tendrils, constriction, and then infusion, and finally psychosis. These all decrease severity and slightly increase infectivity, which is wonderful. So it'll give us a few more weeks, maybe even a month, of not being noticed. Sadly, that was about a week, but that's absolutely fine. We're still not being cured yet. As soon as as I was going to say, as soon as I attempt to cure us, it's actually pretty soon. Normally I'll get a bit further than this. We then go and rush upwards, straight into Adoration. That'll give us a huge infectivity boost, and it's going, for those who've played Neurax 1 before, I think you know exactly where I'm going. And yes, we don't have a single resistance yet, and that is completely the point. It's because symptoms become very expensive in Ultra Brutal the more people you infect, so you need them very quickly. So we go straight into Devotion, once again increasing our infectivity a lot, and finally Transcendence as soon as we have the DNA. At this stage we're infecting a lot of new countries every day, as you can see, so that doesn't take long. Because the problem is, so the idea is, we are in a lot of countries without actually having a lot of people infected right now. So now we go into Cold and Drug, both level 1. That's the goal now. And then we'll want Trojan Planes level 1. A lot of people will argue that Trojan Planes aren't any good, but because you can get them without the bonus. But in this tactic, you really do need it, because people are going to be shutting down their airports and seaports any second. So just start to fire at any island and just keep on going like that. Okay, so now we have a choice. We can either go into mutation or just keep on with transmission, because remember, anyone who is affected by Transcendence, a Neurax worm with the Transcendence upgrade counts as being dead when it comes to trying to cure us. So as you imagine, the more people we infect, the less cure we win and get higher points. You can get 5 stars with this tactic, and I have several times. Okay, so now we'll get air level 3, and we'll actually go into rodents, because that will help us in the urban areas, particularly, which of course is the majority of the rich countries are urban. So that will help us significantly slowing down the most wealthy countries who can actually put the most towards curing us. We do need cold level 2. And Trojan Plains level 2 is really good because, as I say, most ports will be shut very soon. So we can go ahead and actually fire at Sweden and Norway because they are going to be putting a lot of money towards stopping us, which isn't good. We'll go into confusion now. I'm sorry if I'm going a bit quickly, but I don't have that much time today, and I really want to show you just how fast you can win. Confusion will make it harder to concentrate, which basically means it slows down the cure rate. Actually, later on, here, you start to get ones which are very hard to cure, so straight away we've gone to memory loss. So we've got a resistance against being cured again. Despair has been mutated, that is a death one, that will cause deaths. Which isn't particularly great, but it doesn't actually really matter too much. However, we can use this to our advantage if we wish, by going into Genetic Swap, which increases our mutation rate, and then Corpse Feeder, level 1 and 2. That'll give us a huge bonus when there's dead in the target country, and it'll give us a slight bonus regardless. Then we might as well go into Mutation 1 and 2, and because of this, we can now start to mutate symptoms by ourselves, so we should just really focus on the abilities. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, we've got another shot, so let's fire at New Guinea. So we've got another island done. 20%, okay, this hasn't gone as well as it could do, but we are still definitely going to win, so that's the whole point I'm showing you. If you get luckier, you can definitely get 5. Because we're already at 20, the chance of me getting 5 is actually rather low. But that's life. So we'll go ahead and get aneurysms regardless. Suicide has been mutated. Not actually what we wanted, that was a bit of bad luck. That is very, very high death rate. Thankfully, we do have the Corpse Feeder upgrade, and we'll actually be getting DNA now from kills. So that it's kind of nice, but at the same time, it can be a little bit counterproductive. Okay, we can actually go ahead and get aphasia, and then we'll go to get coma, and that will basically shut down any further cure attempts against us, which is nice. We can get drug resistance level 2 as well while we're at it, because we got a huge DNA boost then, because we took control of several countries at once. We are waiting now on another plane to infect. Oh no, we have infected there. It's just Greenland then. We're just waiting for Greenland. However, we did just evolve this, which is a huge lethality boost. We don't actually want that. It's too much. That'll cause too many deaths when we eventually get into Greenland, which is now. We've been unlucky with the planes as well, I must say. So there we are. We've got quite a lot going already. Most of the world is ours. So, as you can see, the cure rate has slowed down to an absolute crawl, and it's going to take them over 10 years to actually cure us now. So we have definitely won, but our score might not be the very best it could have been. So that's that, really. We may as well go and try and become a little bit more infectious. We're now at maximum infectivity, so there's no point whatsoever of getting any more. There was a nuclear explosion in the USA, which was, well, it was that. On the upside, because there are now more dead people, everything's starting to cost less once again, and we're still getting a lot of DNA from our kills. What worries me is, nope, no countries are completely infection-free. We are simply waiting for Greenland now, as always. So we might as well go ahead, get another genetic reshuffle. I think we may actually get 5 stars. So, as I was going to say, getting some lethality just so you get points per kill is great. So suicide is brilliant for that, because it's the minimum death rate you need. Really, afterwards, you don't want any more. Oh, we're done. No, we're just live. There you go, 5 stars. I didn't even notice. 5 stars, 205,000 points. That's pretty much the best I normally get. I can get a little bit better than that, because generally speaking, I get to do all that a little bit faster. We got very unlucky with the early red bubbles, and very unlucky with the planes. But I hope that helps. I really do. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comments below. If you didn't understand what I was saying because I was talking quite quickly, again, just ask below. All you really need to do is watch how I go. And the main 2 things you really should take from this is A, get the gene upgrade, which allows red bubbles to be... Actually, I'll just show you the ones I'm talking about. So let's just start a new whatever. Sadly, at the moment, it's bugged, so you don't get the little score. But oh well. There you go. Metabolic Jump. So you get more from red bubbles. You'll need this because of the early on kind of explosion of cities being affected, and you don't really need as much DNA later on. And what you really need is trans stasis. Transmissions costs don't increase, but easier to cure. You can do this with symptostasis. Symptom costs don't increase, but easier to cure, because you can actually use symptoms, as a route of infection, and of course you'll get more things like aggression, paranoia, and not paranoia, I'm thinking schizophrenia and such if you choose this one. So I hope it's been helpful, and also loving the new music and loving the new Neurax model. Brilliant update, and I hope you win, and I give you the best of luck. If you found this helpful, please give me a like and a subscription. It helps me more than you could possibly know. Comment below regardless if it helped you or not, and I'll see you all next time. Thank you for watching, Sir and Sirets.